A busy spring for Chinese diplomacy, as French President Emmanuel Macron, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, and Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez have all paid visits to China. And Beijing says the high-level exchanges between the leaders of China and European countries show that although there are differences, there are also room for cooperation. So what are the major signals coming out of these bilateral meetings? At a joint press conference with his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron, China's President Xi Jinping called on all parties to stay rational and avoid taking actions that worsen the current situation in Ukraine, to abide by international humanitarian law, to protect the women and children, to not use nuclear weapons, and to restart peace talks as soon as possible. Another topic included enhancing trade and economic cooperation. In fact, more than 60 business leaders representing financial institutions and aviation groups and over 20 cultural representatives have accompanied the French president during his visit. Experts say this shows the continent still values pragmatic cooperation with China. In fact, the data released by Chinese authorities show that last year, bilateral trade in goods between China and the EU totaled more than $847 billion, an increase of 2.4% year-on-year, which makes China and the EU each other's second largest trading partner.
I think these ties are really important, and it's really important that President Macron came with a large delegation. First, because it increases mutual prosperity, right? We have lots of things that we can invest on jointly, trade, etc. But second, because they increase people-to-people exchanges and also act to dampen or to moderate or to soothe political relations that sometimes are tense because we don't agree on everything.
Meanwhile, on some key international issues, China and the EU share common ground. Safeguarding multilateralism and coping with climate change are good examples. And during her meeting with the President Xi, von der Leyen congratulated China for hosting a successful United Nations Biodiversity Conference, which is COP15, and commended China's efforts to cut carbon emissions.
I'm thinking of the Kunming-Montreal Biodiversity Agreement in late December, so a couple of months back, where China played a useful role. And once again on biodiversity in March, so a month ago, even less than a month ago, the agreement on the high seas. It's not yet a treaty, a full-fledged UN treaty, but it was a decisive agreement among all parties, including China and the US and European nations, etc.
Differences still remain after meeting with the EU chief. Chinese President Xi Jinping said Taiwan is at the core of China's interests. And if anyone wants Beijing to compromise on the Taiwan question, that, in his words, would be a pipe dream. And this is in line with China's global security initiative, calling on the world to respect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all countries.